I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't know if that's going to be enough. You're on the... Alright. Are we live?
We should be.
Alright. Good afternoon. Goeiemiddag. Oh, alright. So we are a little behind because I had to make a whole ton of sausage this morning. So, but we'll make it. We're good. So I'm just going to be doing stuff while you guys watch, which is probably the whole point. So I'm making a little more pop today. So this is the kind of maize cornmeal, steamed cornmeal. I'm wondering if that's enough. I guess it'll be enough. It'll have to be. We'll just use a smaller container. Need more, so if we don't have enough. So all right, good afternoon, goeiemiddag. Let's see. So we want to make a whole bunch of stuff today. So most of the stream will pretty much be us making the food and then talking to you guys. So what we're going to do today, I've already got the pork shoulder. I think I got it on late, so I don't know if it'll be done because I've got about 2 hours to do it and it's been on for about 15 minutes. So I don't know, we'll see if the fire's hot enough, if there's not enough of a breeze that Weber doesn't want to really get going, but I've got it on, it's burning, it's doing the thing, so we'll go check it. I've got a timer here, we'll check it in a little bit and go see what it looks like. So you'll see we've got a screen. Mr. Switzerland was kind enough to help me with that. You guys are more than welcome to follow him on Rumble is Switzerland Play IT. I think on YouTube, not on YouTube, on X is the same. But Switzerland's an awesome guy. He helped me set up the camera in camera, so I've got one camera on the grill.
Top left of the
top
screen.
left. There's like this fucking UFO thing looking thing. It's a Weber, for those who don't know. So, and that's got charcoal in it, for those who like gas. We don't do gas here because...
Is that a fire?
Yeah, it's a fire and it's a hazard and we like it because we want to burn shit down. So, anyway, so we've got that going outside and I've got a camera on that, and then you've got me, main monkey on the other side. So, yeah, I think we're going to start. So what we're going to do is we're doing a pork shoulder. So I've marinated that. Unfortunately, only a day. I would have loved to have done it longer, but at least it wasn't marinated for about a 24-hour period. And then I'm going to make the tomato onion relish sauce that I made the previous time. I'm going to do that. I've got some onions here. I'm going to go grab some canned tomatoes and I'm going to make that. I've got my recipe here, so let me see if I can knock that together. So I didn't collect all my spices and stuff, so I'm going to be in and out, and we'll talk nonsense because I'm going to pretty much make this. I didn't get enough time to prep everything, so I look all professional, so I'm going to have to run around here and look like an amateur. But that's okay because that's part of the fun, I guess.
Haphazard. Don't worry. We do have some awesome people already on stream with us.
Cool.
We've got Jody, Lemon, Harry, and Terry Toe.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, I gotta start my dishwasher here because I also don't have a scissors and I don't have a few other things, and I was in process of doing that, and then Nicole said I'm going live. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna bang some dishes here, and I'm just gonna stick them in my machine so they can wash, and then I'll explain to you the rest that we're gonna do.
So this is fully unedited.
Yeah, this is unedited, unscripted, as live as it can be. So I'm gonna try and not, make too many mistakes, but I guess that's part of the fun. So what we have here is some bacon. This is extra thick cut bacon. I'm gonna dice this up. You're gonna see what I'm gonna do with that. And before we do anything else, I've got the water on here. So this we want to get to a boil. This recipe is on our recipe blog. It's under the, I think it's called pop or something like that. But anyway, so this is what we call pop. It's a steamed cornmeal, and we use this for all kinds of various things. So I'm going to make a dish out of that today. And then I think the first thing I've got to do, because I didn't do that prior, is I might as well just take all of this cheese, that my kids left half open, so it's half hard on the one side. And I might as well grate that real quick. Let me grab some grater.
And if you guys hear me making noises, I apologize. I am trying to stay ahead on our biltong, so I'll be doing that.
Yeah, we are packing while we are working. So Nicole's packing, and I made droeworst this morning. I made boerewors, which is a farmer sausage, and I made cabanossi this morning. So after the stream, I'm hanging sausage. not hanging out, just hanging. So we'll be making, or I'll be hanging that, and then maybe tonight, otherwise tomorrow morning, we'll be packing up the farmer's sausage, which is our boerewors. So I'm going to, before I contaminate this board with onion, I'm going to grate this cheese real quick. Nicole, if you can, just get me a container to put the cheese in. Yeah, just one of those 6 pans, the plastic ones.
Okay.
All right, so let me get this grated real quick because we're going to need some cheese for the kind of maize casserole thing I want to make. It takes some time to make, so I thought, you know what, let me make that for you guys today. That's something a little different, and I'll move this because that way everybody can be witness to the greatness that is grating cheese. What a shitty job, but anyway.
But it's best this way. Do not buy it pre-grated.
Yeah, I don't buy pre-grated cheese. It's got all kinds of shit in it. If you go look on the bag, man, that's probably like the worst thing you can buy. It's got anti-caking agents and all kinds of preservatives. So we try and buy just a big block of cheese and we cut it up and grate it as we need it. This should have happened earlier, but yeah, it didn't. So
not for lack of trying.
No, not for lack of trying, man.
You guys should see him in sausage mode.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to watch.
Well, I made, what's that? 15, 30, 60, 90, 100, 200 pounds of sausage today.
One-man show, by the way.
Well, 200, maybe more, because that's 200 meat plus juices and spices. So it's probably around 250 pounds of sausage this morning. By myself, because, you know, that's how we're flying right now. We're trying to keep our, sorry, I don't want to make a mess here. We're trying to keep our business light because we are working on the plan to get to our property up in Sunset. So that is a active, in process plan, and we hope to be there in a not too distant future. We will obviously, when things have a direction there, we will put it out and we will definitely keep everybody in the loop because that's going to be exciting, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Can we say hello to a couple other people?
Sure.
I've got Marcus and Dear Sarge on as well.
Hey, Marcus, Sarge, how you guys, man?
And Jody has a question for you, asking, what is the biggest bag we can seal in that vacuum sealer? Should I grab it?
Sure.
Should I show them?
Sure.
All right. This guy, you know, very small vacuum sealer that we use nowadays.
Yes.
Here's the biggest one.
Yeah, you want me to? I think it's 22 inches.
22 by 18?
22 by 18 or something. So
it's obnoxiously huge. I don't know if you guys can see that for sure.
But that's the biggest we can seal in it.
Let me show you compared to a sheet pan. It's bigger.
Yes.
How about that?
So that is basically, it's a chamber sealer. So it's not your, you know, suck the air out and hope nothing spills sealer. It's got a big old lid, and will this fit in there, I wonder. Whew.
We've got Mrs. Sarge and Dave as well.
Hey, Mrs. Sarge, how are you? And Dave. Sorry, I'm trying to not throw cheese everywhere, because that's apparently what I'm doing now.
Did you want a third pan or a sixth pan?
Yeah, no, I didn't, but it fits. There's a little bit of another 6 pan inside.
In other words, he's going to make it fit.
Yes, it will go in, and it will like it.
We are not talking meat, we are talking cheese.
Yes,
so
cheese today.
Aware.
Cheese. All right. There we go. That feels like it was a lot harder than it should have been. All right.
Awesome. Dave is going to smoke a picanha.
Oh yeah, he was saying he was smoking. It was yes. Dave said he was smoking a picanha.
Very nice.
It's a pity, but I guess it's for size reasons, etc. It's a pity you can't post pictures in Rumble chat, but I know you can do locals, but I don't have plans for that right now. I mean, we just want to share some good food. So you'll see what the shoulder looks like when I lift the lid in that top left-hand corner.
What's the picanha? What's the other name?
We call it rump steak. It's a whole rump.
Whole rump with the fat cap.
Yes, with a fat cap. You can get a picanha with or without a fat cap. I like it. I actually used to buy without, and then my supplier ran out, and I only had with. And then I had that, and once I had it with a fat cap, I never went back, man.
Once you have the fat, you can't go back.
You can't go back, man. That was so good with that fat melting in on the meat. All right, so
we've got Car Fox as well. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Non-turkey day in our world. Just so
we don't eat fucking dry bird, man. I don't eat that. We normally have lamb, and I thought this year, I thought, you know what? Why don't we do a shoulder? That will be cool.
It just dawned on me: pork shoulder plus bacon.
Yes.
Any more
pork everywhere, man. We are porking out. All right,
all the fat.
So I'm going to start with a sauce because this guy is cooking, and that doesn't have to be hot. It just has to be the right consistency. So I don't care if it cooks and is then done. All right, so it just has to be the right consistency. I'm going to chop 2 of these onions and just see what my weight's like when I'm done with them. And this is easy because we're just going to do half rings. So we're not going to do anything heavy. We're not going to dice fine or anything like that. We're just going to do half rings and pop them in the pan. So I'm thinking, I just want to see how much the 2 will be because I don't want to overload my pan. And then we'll make do with what we got.
Jody asked if it's a top cut ham or shoulder. It's a shoulder, correct?
No, this is the bacon.
Oh, I'm not sure.
No, that's shoulder. The one on the fire is the shoulder. It's a deboned shoulder.
It's big.
Yes, it's about 4.2 kilos. So you're looking at about 10 pounds.
I did put a picture out on X and Instagram and Facebook, Jody, if you're on either of those.
Yeah, it's about a 10-pound. So it's not too big, but that was the smallest one out of my batch I got. So the others I chopped up for the cabanossi because that gets part made out of pork shoulder. And I took the smallest one and I used that for the roast for us. Because, you know, meat is meat and a man must also eat.
And you're a poet.
Yes. All right. Let me see. We're looking for 170, so I'm going to double the recipe. So this calls for, this is the recipe I made the last time. So let me start with this. Let me see, how am I going to do the pop? So it calls for, man, I can't do the fluid ounces thing, so I'm going to have to, you guys are going to have to, maybe I can do it in cups. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It calls for 5 cups of water, all right, for the pop, 5 cups of water. And then it calls for 2.5 teaspoons of salt. So I doubled that. So I got 10 cups of water, which is 2.5 kilos or 2,500 grams of water. All right. And I've got 25 grams of salt in there. All right. And then we're going to do 450 grams of cornmeal. That's a special cornmeal. But I'm going to double that, of course. So it'll be 900.
We do have it in store if that's something you guys would be interested in.
So
we call it mealy pop.
Yeah, we call it mealy pop. All right, so let me see. I wonder, I'll get the bowl. And then we're going to see, we should have time. This is why I wanted this bowl washed. We should have time. Let me grab the 2 cans. We should have time to do a little dessert. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cake we made the last time. There's some of it left, and of course it's getting a little old and stale, which is perfect for what we want to do. I'm going to show you how to make a lamington, if you guys know what that is. Yeah, we call them Eastervarkies, which basically means porcupine. So you take the cake and you make a little block out of it. You cut it in little squares, and then you dip it in a chocolate sauce and you roast it. They are awesome.
So Anton first told me about the name Lamington, and when we had the restaurant, he asked if we could use, or he wanted to put them in the shop. I said, it sounds terrible. It sounded too proper, I guess. And then he told me the South African name, Eastervarkie, which, porcupine, that's much better.
Yeah, sorry, our youngest son is having a big yell at the back there. Sorry, as we explained the last time, we are doing this live in our shop, in our store. So you might hear a ding-dong. You might hear kids yelling because my kids are here. You might hear customers. We have no staff today. Of course, we are the only monkeys working because when you have your own business, you're always the only monkey working. All right, so Nicole's gonna go check up on the kids quick. Let me see if I can put that like that. So just so you guys can see. So I'm just trying to do not too thick, not too thin, maybe like 1/8 of an inch. Try and get some onion sliced. So I think I'm going to use probably 1.5 of these. We'll see now. All right, that's my alarm. I'm going to give it another 10. That's for the meat. So we will go check that out in a minute. I'm going to cry a little bit because the onions, and Nicole might have to run in here with a kid because the siblings are obnoxious, because that's what they do when they are small. All right, so I'm wondering, I think I'm going to have to do a 3 times on the sauce. So this is why I wanted to grate the cheese first so I don't have onion smell all over it. Let's see. No, maybe 2 is okay. I'll see. I think 2 will probably be okay. 340, 313. 25, 29. There we go. 43 grams, 343. So that is in ounces. What is that? So that'll be 10, say 11 ounces of onion. All right, and then we want to do some. I'm going to put the olive oil in there. So I mean, I can use lard if I want to. I'm going to use extra virgin olive oil just because this will be a completely vegetarian meal. So there's no meat. Well, no, I'm lying. The sauce will be, because there's going to be bacon in there, so it doesn't matter. But I'll use the extra virgin olive oil because that is what I'm used to using. So about 4 tablespoons of olive oil. All right. So 60 grams, about 4 tablespoons. I'm going to put that in the pan and we're going to cook that off. Hopefully this is enough. Otherwise I'll just make a small one. We'll see. And let's see what's going on here. Yeah, that takes a minute to boil. And that's going to take a minute to cook as well because of the volume. And yeah, I've got my mixer. I'm going to go fetch my mixer in front. All right, there we go. Okay. And then I'll get some salt. So this guy, we're going to do 10 grams, so 2 teaspoons of salt. And we use Celtic salt. And I don't like the scale at a 0 when you do small measurements because I find that they are inaccurate under 50 grams. They kind of move around a bit. So 448, I'm going to go to 458. All right, that's good. And then we want some black pepper. Will you mind getting me the paprika, Nicole? Paprika, ginger, and chili.
Okay. You're going to show them how big this thing is?
Chili. Hey?
You're going to show them how big this thing is?
Yeah. I'm going to use my industrial spices. Black pepper is going to be a teaspoon. Actually, 1.5. Give me 1 second. All right.
Sorry, everybody. That was right in your ears. I'm so sorry. That was
all right. So I use industrial size spices because I cook industrial. These I don't use a lot of, so I use them in smaller quantities. But yeah, I use pretty big volumes of spice. And I find if you put the spices in and it can roast with a what's the name, it's much better. So the paprika is going to be about 2 teaspoons. And I weigh it on the weight. So a teaspoon of paprika weighs about 2 grams. I've got 2 grams. So it's 4 grams. So that'll be teaspoons. And then I've got the mixed herbs right here. So what do we want to do on that? We want to do about 3 teaspoons. There we go. Because the mixed herbs are small, so it's actually 4 teaspoons on the mixed herbs because they're about 1 gram. And then the ginger and chili. No, I don't need these. I don't need the ginger and chili. Those are good. All right, I'll just pop them down there, and they're out of my way. I'm a little limited on the space. I'll probably do the sugar. I like if you can either add chutney or a bit of sugar just to sweeten it up that little bit. Let me see, what do we got? Chutney. All right, that should be good. So this is it for the spices. So we got mixed herbs, salt, pepper, and mixed herbs, salt, pepper, and some. I got a sweet smoked paprika, which just tastes awesome. So we're gonna put all of this in here and let this cook together. Let me have a peek here. That guy's almost ready. I'm gonna need my mixer for that. Yeah, I think I'll mix that in. And then, so what you do is you bring your water for the cornmeal to steam it. You bring your water to a boil. All right, once it's boiling, you turn your range to a simmer. So on my range it's low, but it could be maybe 1.5, 2 on your range. My range, it's at the lowest, is a simmer because it's a commercial range and it's absolutely insane.
It still gets angry.
Yeah, it's still, sometimes it's just you put it on low and then it's not low and then you burn stuff and then you don't burn stuff. It's interesting. I think gas is probably better for this application, but I did not want to pay to install extra gas lines if it's not going to be our forever home. Not that I think that's a thing anymore. You know, we thought we were going to be here for 2 years. It's been 5.
Yeah.
So, you know, times change and things happen. All right. So, well, also our original model was a restaurant and it changed completely. We are now a market and we actually specialize in biltong. So it's a complete change of direction from where we were.
We also didn't think I and the kids would be here with you.
No, we didn't. And then, you know, 2020 happened and everybody went in fucking sane.
We did start that before 2020 though.
Yes, we did. Well, I mean, not with the kids all the time, but after 2020 for sure. Like we saw what was going on with that and we're like, yeah, we're not going to participate anymore. And like, you know, like fire the everyone. Just do it ourselves. All right, so there we go. This guy is boiling away. So I'm going to reduce my range and then I'm going to put the cornmeal in here, which is going to be 900 grams, which is about 2 pounds.
Did I hide it from you?
No, it's my mixer.
Oh, okay.
I got to get the mixer. It works a little better. And also, it's
I
impressive for the camera. You know, when I haul out the drill, I just work a little better with a mixer. Put that in there so it's out the way. So you can, the traditional way we do this is we stir it with a kind of almost a fork you would use for meat on a fire, like a wide split fork. But this is for me a little bit more efficient. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put about 2 pounds, 900 grams. A kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So 900 is about 1.9 pounds or something like that. So it's gonna be a lot. I've got to stir the onions so they don't burn. All right, there we go. That's good. We'll see the consistency. I want a very specific consistency for this. All right. Yeah, it's looking good, man. Maybe I should cut another onion and we just eat this for a aperitif.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, looking good. Looking
that fresh
nice.
sausage you just made, don't you want to
throw that in here?
Throw some in there, chop it up, and snack?
Yeah, that'll be good. All right. So
we do finally eat other things than biltong.
Yes. We actually can. I still don't eat any starches, but we can eat some other stuff. So the biltong diet is over. And I'll try and put something out this week about that because we're gonna keep running the challenge until the 1st of February, last day. So because we've got a bunch of people that
28th.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of people that joined in now. So this thing's gonna make a noise. So give me a second. do me a favor. Get me a little bit of water.
Okay.
Just like a big jug, like maybe like 500 ml or something.
Okay.
Not too much. Just from the faucet. I just need this a little thinner. There we go. Thank you. A little bit more. And that should be good. Put that guy down there so it's out of my way. All right, that's good stuff. Ooh, forgot my coffee's up here, and it's full.
I did tell you when I made it.
I know. I keep ignoring the coffee. I've got too many other things to attend to. All right, yeah, this is getting close to where we want it to be. All right. Okay, we're going to make some roasted potatoes as well because, you know, us South Africans, we've got to double up on the starches. Can't just have one. I wanted to bake bread, but I didn't get to that. So we'll see. All right. So we'll put the tomato, onion, relish, or the tomatoes, the canned tomatoes. Let me see. Maybe we do the Worcestershire first. No, I'll do the tomatoes. All right, so 2 cans of tomatoes because I've doubled the recipe. So we want to put these guys in here. All right. I hope this is going to be enough. Should be. Otherwise, this I can stretch it a little. I've got some pureed tomatoes which I can add to this and a little bit more chutney, and we'll stretch it if we have to. All right, there we go. And you'll get the idea. I haven't made one of these things in so many years, man. So I can't remember my the measurements. I don't think I've made one of these in the US actually.
You've never made it for us.
Okay.
You have given recipe to numerous people so that they can show off for the family for those breakfast meals after Pop was made the night before.
Yes. So, but I don't give volumes, you know, because it's hard to make the volumes just out of your head like that. You got to run it a few times. I've got a rule, like I got to do a recipe 3 times. If I don't do it 3 times, I can't get it right if I don't run it 3 times. So, all right. So I'm going to go have a peek at what the roast looks like. Let's go see if my fire's dead, if there's actually something happening there. So that's why I thought I'd put the other camera out, because then you guys can
Anton in the top left corner.
You can see me pop out and go and have a look at the roast. I want to see if the fire is working. That's actually doing a thing. Yeah, seems okay. Ah, look at that, man. That is looking pretty. All right. I might want to get a tongs and move that a little. Just want to see if I can move that thing over a little. We might be good for 2 hours on that thing, huh?
It sure does look nice.
Yeah, it's. I'm hoping the fat doesn't crisp too much, because I got it when the fire was real hot, because I was worried that I wasn't gonna make it. Now I hope I don't burn the fat, but I guess there's worse things I can cut off. All right, so let's see. So I'm not big on the smoking. I prefer doing it like this on the Weber. Let's see. That looks good. Might have to add a few coals on this at some point. But yeah, that should be that. Awesome sauce. All right. And also my son is normally asleep at around 2:30. So we start the stream at 3. So he normally hits the sack a little earlier than I'm just thinking now, I wonder if I should cut this bacon, put it on the sheet, cook it, and then dice it after. Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so I wanted to kind of pan cook this, but I think I'll do it in the oven, and then I can dice it. So all I'm going to do with this, so I'm just going to take a sheet pan. Let me put that down there. Let me move this over here. Sorry, very limited space to keep everything in the camera view. So I just cover a sheet pan with foil. All right, and then what I normally do is I might as well pepper these guys anyway, and then I'll dice these up afterwards because that's going in the casserole. All right, so I'm just gonna pop these on here. All right, these are nice thick cut, so they'll take about 15 minutes and they'll be done. And I'm going to peel some potatoes quick so we can make some roasty potatoes. All right.
Not to make too fine of a point on how good that bacon is, by the way, we tried some of our back bacon today and it was terrible in comparison.
Yeah, it was so plain in comparison to this. This is really good bacon. And I'm not a kind of belly bacon guy, but this is very good. Really very good. All right. There we go. So we call them pork rashers. We did show you guys the last time. So it's just a really thick cut pork belly. All right. So I'm going to dust this with a little bit of black pepper for the flavor. Just a little bit because it's going in a dish. So I don't want to make it too strong. Normally for breakfast, I'll do them quite a bit more pepper, but this is just for the flavor. So I'll show you. So I'm going to pop this in at about 425. About 10-15 minutes should be done.
Dave said he's going to make 12 pounds of pork belly into bacon on Saturday.
Cool, cool. Do you cure your bacon or is it just raw bacon? If Dave wants to throw us an answer there. Just for interest's sake. And if you cure it, what do you cure it with? There we go. That's good.
You know what, Anton? That bowl is blocking your pan.
Oh, this one.
You cannot see it.
All right, I'm sorry. I did not know.
I didn't realize. I'm
okay,
sorry.
No, it's all good. Well, we got such small screens to look on. Yeah, I know.
There we go. Look at that.
All right. So, I'm going to do a little bit of Worcester. So,
he does a bourbon brine for 18 hours, then smoked with cherry.
Okay. All right. So
nice.
it's smoked. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, that's good. That sounds very nice. I was thinking about doing some bacon, but man, we make so many things already. I'm like, yeah. Someday when I'm old and retired, maybe, in about 100 years. Where are we? Worcester. So
I heard
I'm
the new timeline's 140, isn't that right?
Something like that. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire. And then I might as well put the chutney in, which is also, that's 4 tablespoons of chutney. Right, the chutney will just give it a little sweetness, and I'm not going to add the sugar because I want liquid, so I'm going to do another 2 tablespoons. There we go. So I've got 6 tablespoons in total in here, which is not that much compared to the volume of the all right, there we go. And then this can just boil away real slowly. Now put some water. You want to go check out the boy? All right. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to do about a cup of water in this, just so it's got some liquid. Because you don't have to have the sauce too concentrated, because we're going to use it in the dish. We're not going to serve it up over something. We're just going to have it in the dish. So we want as much liquid as possible. And this should cook for about a half an hour, the cornmeal. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, boil away, boil away. All right, goody goody. Now, I'll peel some of those potatoes. So I've got this bowl here with some water, so we can just rinse the potatoes off. All right. So get yourself one of these little things. It's called a speed peeler. Let me see. Mine's got a little bit of wear on it, but these things are awesome for peeling potatoes. They work real well. I'm just, for the sake of keeping my hands clean, I'll probably do like 4 potatoes. My kids are so full of nonsense. My oldest likes potatoes. The other 2 like potatoes when they like them, and they like 7 and 5 respectively. So then they like them, then they don't. Like I made that potato dish with a cheese the other day, and they didn't like that, but they like the roast potatoes. So I have no idea, man. Alright, let's see. Got these ugliest fucking potatoes in the world from Walmart. Alright. Maybe that'll do 6, 8. Yeah, let me do 4. Alright. Because if I'm going to roast them, I might as well roast a bunch. Then if the kids eat them, they eat them. If they don't, they don't. Alright, there we go. Okay. Now let's get that done quickly. Hey. There's always one that escapes. There we go. Right, 1. Some ugly blemishes on here. Try and get them out. It's got a little hook thing on the side which you can use to cut any of the ugly bits off or out. See, this potato wants to start growing. It'll probably be a little glossy. It's got a root sticking out there. That'll be alright. Cut it all off. Alright. So the nice thing with this peeler is if you see some blemishes and stuff, you can just keep peeling till it's gone. And then, man, we used to peel a lot of potatoes at one point. We made these fries. They were like mashed potato inside and crispy outside. Call them slop chips. Slop means like bendy, but they like mash inside and then they crispy outside. Took 2 days to make them. Very nice, but man, what a lot of work. Used to sell a lot of them, but you know, expensive, and also we couldn't put the price up too much, so it was more like a crowd pleaser than it was actually profitable. I might make them one day, show people how to do it.
Not profitable at all, but incredible.
Yes, very, very nice. You got to boil your potatoes, and then you got to so you got to dice them, boil them, and then you got to dry them, and then you got to do a low fry, and then you dry them again, and then you do the final fry. So it's like a twice fried, boiled and dried chip. Very good, very, very nice. There's this chef called Heston Blumenthal. So I read up on how he did his, because there are various ways of doing it. Different cultures have them. Different, you know, we got them, English got them. There's a few different people that have them. And I just read up how he did his, because I think he's a pretty incredible chef. So I kind of tried to copy his method of making them. So anybody talking nonsense there? I'm the only one yabbering here.
So we've got like Jacob and Icefire Welcome both, and one is actually on YouTube.
Okay, hey,
Yeah.
we got YouTube traction.
Little bit.
Right.
YouTube is still little crickets compared.
Yes. It's funny how people in the communist areas are always so quiet and compliant.
Unless they have complaints for someone not being that way. Interesting.
Yes.
Now, Jacob does say he likes to use red potatoes and leave the skins.
Yes, you can do that. But I find if you're gonna make a proper roast potato in the oven, it's better to peel them. I find that just works a little better. And so I want to do those. I wonder. Yeah, let me first cut them. So what I'm going to do with these guys is I'm going to dice them, or not dice them. I'm going to cut it in half. All right, and I'm going to halve it again. All right.
And so you know, everyone's very quiet because they are paying attention and listening closely.
Oh, okay. So you, yeah. Sorry, I always up. So we want something like that. And then what I like to do, this is a little cheat. So I just take the top and I just kind of flatten it a little. You know, just a little bit. And it's hard to do that in. Sorry, I've got a trash can here as well that you guys can't see. But I try and flatten it a little. It's a little difficult to do that if I'm not on a cutting board. All right. So I just give it a little flat top. And then that way when you turn it around, it'll be on its flat top. See, then it doesn't roll around. Otherwise you get the potato, you turn it around and then it rolls over and it goes all crooked. So let me dice this. I'll move the bowl and I'll show you guys. I think I'll need a long aluminum pan for this.
Okay.
Well, you know what I can do? No, but they'll probably get stuck. I was thinking maybe I'll just stick them in that bacon pan. But they'll probably get stuck.
They probably would.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'll throw it out. Throw it out. Your hands are clean.
Just working your meat again.
Yeah, I know. I am blessed that way. All right. So let me see quickly. So we got two. I'm sure my kids are not going to eat half of this, but you know what? If we're going to make it, we might as well make a bunch. I would not mind a potato, but man, I tell you something. Since I've gone like high protein, no starch, pretty much carnivore, I do not have aches and pains anymore. So the no aches and pains is worth more than the nice taste of a oven roast potato. You know?
Can I tell them what I did?
Sure.
So I thought I would be genius after our 28 days of biltong only. And of course I had some chocolates and some terribleness and gave myself a cold. So if I am coughing and spluttering, it is thanks to preservatives or whatever in the world is in any of those things I ate. Mind you, none of them were American. It was only out of our shop here.
All right.
So don't do that.
Yep, don't do that. All right, let's see. Would you mind getting me the pan?
Did you not grab it?
No, I did not. Of course I didn't.
Okay.
I'm waiting for service here. Like nothing's happening. It's like, where's my pan, man?
This one?
No, the big one.
The big one?
The big one, yes. Let me give you a hand. This can go here.
He does have the shortest person going up
my
to the tallest.
My wife's a whole 5'2". So I asked
and
her to
half.
get 2.5, and I asked her to go get the pan off the highest shelf with no ladder, so it's a little hard. All right, I'm just gonna do a rough, you can see that, just rough olive oil. There we go. Just so it's coated a little. I'll put some gloves on because I don't want to get oil on my hands everywhere. That way I don't have to wash them too much, because the faucet is right where the camera goes, you know. So I've got to. All right, so let's put these guys in here. Yeah, this'll fill this thing. That'll do good. All right, and they're probably going to take about 30 minutes. I'm going to switch this range or the oven on here. Sorry, I took the knob off because my youngest son keeps switching it on.
He is mobile.
Yeah, he's in his walker, man, and he's operational for sure. All right. Okay, almost done. And I'm just gonna roll these guys in a little bit of oil.
There was a vote to put the potatoes in the bacon pan, but
Yes, I was thinking about it, but I don't know if they're gonna get stuck. And then I'm gonna break them.
what did we put in the bacon pan one time?
Pies. And they got stuck.
Oh, that was bad. Don't do that.
I thought it would not stick. It stuck. So that's exactly what I remembered was the pies, and I'm like, nah, I don't think it's gonna work. I mean, the potatoes in the bacon pan would be awesome if they wouldn't get stuck, but I suspect they're gonna get stuck. All right. Yeah. There we go. All right. So, all right. So no pepper on these guys, only salt, and I'm going to give it a little bit more oil. Just over the top, because you almost want to fry these things, but it's a roast potato. So there we go, and then we just want to roll them, just so you coat them nicely in the oil. And it's a little bit of oil. Let me just check this thing, make sure nothing's burning. Nope, that's looking good. That's looking very good. All right, there we go. All right, then we're just gonna salt these guys and put a little bit of mixed herbs on it. Mixed herbs, like I told everybody numerous times, mixed herbs, my cheat spice. That's the one thing I'm not into. A little bit of styronese, a little bit of rosemary, a smidgen of thyme, put a stick of thyme. I fucking put a stick on my steak. I'm not a vegetarian, man. Just give me the steak. Just give me the meat. I guess it tastes good. I don't know. It's too fancy for me.
Jody says roll it in the grease.
Yes, that's what we're doing. We're rolling.
No.
I'll put a little bit more.
Let's roll it in the bacon grease.
Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
You have some.
No, but you know what I'll do? When that comes out, I'll actually, talking about, yeah, we good. I'll actually pour this in there.
These pork rashers do render a lot more grease than the other bacon.
So you can see that. Let me see. Can you see that? I don't want to tilt it too far because the grease.
We should be able to. Don't.
The grease will come right out. So I'll put a little bit of this in there. That's not an issue. That can only add to goodness, man.
And Dave does give a reminder: duck fat, bacon grease, and butter.
Yeah.
Duck fat is better than bacon grease, which is better than butter.
Okay. Yeah, Dave did mention duck fat previously. I don't have ducks, man. The only thing we get is chicken. Although that guy that I was on the workshop on, he does ducks. He has ducks, duck eggs, and things like that. Maybe, who knows? Maybe if we go to out to our land and we put something out there. I thought this one needs some. We might actually have some. It's just I guess it's easier to buy duck fat than to get it out of a duck. Yourself. Leave it to the experts. Let them chop it up and you just use it.
Rim Dog says seasoning salt is his go-to spice.
Yeah, I just grind some Celtic. All right, there we go.
Can the people find Celtic anywhere?
People can find. I'm sure you'll be able to. You could also, the other name for it is called Brittany. Brittany Coast Grey Salt.
Oh, I thought there was this website called Biltong USA where they house
USA,
all of these things.
Yes. I am terrible at self-promotion. Go to Biltong USA, buy Biltong and buy Celtic salt.
And put it on your biltong. It's actually very nice.
Actually, it is. That is true.
Just more savory is all.
Yeah. I'll go jab that shoulder with a probe in a minute. I really want to get you making those porcupines. But we're good. We're just under an hour in. That'll work. All right.
So Dave is less than a mile away from a great duck hunting land, and he'll get his limit of ducks next year.
Okay.
But Jody mentions they do seem to quack a lot when I get duck fat. Obviously.
All right, let me see. I want to try and get the bacon. So I'm going to just see if I can pop it like that. And take these guys up here. Get the grease rendered down. There we go.
Lemon is complimenting your beautiful professional kitchen here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let me see if I don't drop a pan in my beautiful professional kitchen.
Okay, I added beautiful. He just said envious of the professional kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah, this kitchen cost a penny to put together, but that's what you need for let me move the lid out the way. So this is what this looks like. It's actually very nice. Yeah, I think we might actually make this. I don't know if I'll do a big one. Yeah, that looks good. Everything looking good. Everything getting together. Let me go grab a probe. Stick it in that pork butt. Let's see where we're at.
Pork butt or shoulder?
Oh, shoulder. Oh, they call it a butt. They call it a pork butt, but it's a shoulder.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's get a coal or two. No, we're actually looking good. Let's see. Oh, this guy's still got some time to go. Because like a moron, I didn't take it out of the fridge early. So, yeah, it's going. All right. Should have taken that thing out of the fridge earlier, man. I forgot because I was so busy with the sausage. But it should do okay. And
you were, lazing around, napping.
Yeah, no, I did nothing. All right, well, let me roast these guys. Let's get them going.
So Dave does say dropping a pan is a super clank.
Yes, yes. Get these guys.
I thought you'd like that.
All right, so we got some baconini fat in here. All right, so and I'm going to make a big mess. I'll see if I can, you know what I'm going to do, man? I'm not going to cut these things with a knife. I'm going to cut them with a scissors. And that way, we don't destroy them too much. Let me see.
Okay, Jody gave some good info. Hams are hind quarter and butt shoulders are front quarter.
Yes,
FYI.
That's right. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they call it a butt as well. Which makes no sense because you would think a butt is the back, but it's not. It's the front.
Only if you're thinking human terms, and this is an animal we're talking about.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Not going to lie, Jody, I do not tend to deal with the processors. That is all Anton.
Yeah, and they can be very cryptic in the way they...
As an understatement?
Oh, man. They'll use all the abbreviations you don't know, I think sometimes just to mess with you,
Dave has solved the conundrum for me. Front butt.
Front butt. You know what I'm going to do? I want to turn that because that fat's getting real dark. I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to put the bottom up. Try and get some heat because it's cooler at the bottom than it is at the top. And I think that fat cap is sealed, so I don't know how much it's going to drip. I don't want to mess this thing up too much because the outside... And I can open this up. Maybe I do that for a little bit. Let's see, let's do that. Yeah. the benefit of being the chef. All the bits that come off, you get to have. That was good. So I'm wondering, yeah, I should be able to do a small pan. So let's see what that's like. Let me get a spoon here. And let's stir this guy up a little bit. Yeah, I think we're good. Should be good.
I think Lemon may need to wipe the drool off the screen looking at that bacon.
That bacon's good. Yeah, I think I just need to taste this, see if it's done. If it is.
Dog Digger says he's having a turkey. How are you making that turkey? How do you make it taste good? Put it that way.
Yeah, you see, people have asked me if I made a turkey. What I would do is I would probably brine that thing. Or at least, well, brine it so you can, get that protein to adapt. Or at the very least, I would marinate that thing for at least a week. Right, that's very hot. Very, very hot. I'm going to see if it's cooked. Almost. Let me get a spoon so I can clean that off. So that'll take about another 10 minutes and then we can make the dish. This guy, so I'm going to leave this in here until we make the dish.
So Lemon asked a week, not just overnight?
No,
on the
I would leave that thing in for a long time because I want that juice to soak in everywhere, man. I'm not a turkey fan, so I would put that thing in marinade a long time before, and then I'd probably see if I could cook it on something like a Weber. I wouldn't put it in the oven.
Dave did turkey in a bourbon brine with oranges and cloves and then drop the frozen bird in the 5-gallon bucket. By morning it's ready. Smoke it with apple. Yeah,
that sounds good. Sounds good. I'm not a turkey fan, man. I look at that thing and all I can see is like, what do you call it? Cork. Like wine cork. That's all I see when I see turkey, man.
That is what the breast tastes like.
Yeah, but our culture is not big on that. We do lamb and roasts and like pork butts and stuff like that.
I will admit, with the meats Anton has been making me for years now, I struggle to eat turkey. I've had turkey and dressing and everything from family, but it is not what I thought it was when I was a kid. When I compare the tastes of the foods, I think your taste buds do adapt as you get older.
All right. Let me see. I think we'll grab one of these. Okay. And did you pull that recipe for me that printed? No.
I have not.
Okay, I'll get it. It's just for the chocolate sauce. So we made a cake, a butter cake, not too long ago, and I made it in this. It's actually still got some of the little sprinkles in it. So this is what's left. I don't eat it. My wife doesn't eat it, so the kids were eating it. So let me put this over there.
Do you want your table?
No, it's okay. I guess I can do that. Let me take this one. I'll move the table now. Give me 1 second.
So Dog Digger says he's doing a convection oven with olive oil seasoning, sourdough stuffing with purple, white onions, celery, and almonds. That's different.
Yeah, that's different. That sounds real good.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, maybe you guys keep throwing those things at us. Maybe you convince me I eat a turkey at some point.
He does suggest at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for roughly 3 hours.
Okay.
So not over dry. I like that.
Yes. Yeah, you see, we do the low and slow. Like I do a lamb, if I do a leg of lamb, I'll do it 6 hours at probably 280, 300, something like that. All right, so let me see. I'm going to get I'm going to get a ruler. All right, I'm going to try and divide this thing up. I think 3 rows, huh?
Yes. And Lemon does say that pork is so naturally salty, it like comes with its own brine.
Yes, right.
Agreed.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can divide this thing up in three lines. Right. Did I not clean this knife? Got some potatoes stuck there. Right, let me just make sure this, I don't want to burn my sauce.
What do you think of a Merlot marinated steak? 3 days vacuum sealed and in the fridge will be perfect?
Yes. Yeah, I try and marinate my steak a long time. What you can also do is if you want to try something different, I've got a sous vide standing here. Steak out of that thing is real good, man.
Rimdog does compliment what Jeremy did with the turkey dry brine overnight and then spatchcock.
Yeah, I still don't know about the dry brine so much. It's not something I'm familiar with. You know, I'm used to you marinate it in like a juice, you know. It's like it just in my brain tells me it'll get everywhere. All right. So I just made 2 marks, kind of third. So I'm going to cut this through this way.
And this is called a lamington or Easterfurkey.
Yes.
Also known as porcupine.
All right. So this is, and you want your cake to do this, it has to be old. Fresh cake don't work. Oh, that one is nice and crooked, but that's okay. So let's see what we got this way. Let's see. So we got 9. So I'm going to do 1.5 inches. 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5. And I'll do the same down here.
And I cannot tell you guys how many Sunday nights we spent making these
this
things.
Stuff. Yes,
that specifically. Sunday night was the only time. No one was around and we could do it in peace.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had some nights. If you go look on our social media, we've posted about it plenty times. So this is just rough, you know. I'm not. This is not for retail purposes. So the kids will like this, I promise you. And this will make the cake last quite a bit longer as well. All right, so that's the cake chopped up. That one there is a little gammy, but that's okay.
The kids won't mind.
Kids don't care, man.
The gammy ones are the best ones.
Of course, always. All right, there we go. Let me check this. All right, that's looking good. I think I'm going to take this off. All right, I might add a smidgen more water. And then I need to use about half of this at the bottom. Yeah, it's a little syrupy, which is good. I don't like the big diced pieces. I just want to see if I can flatten them a little. All right, so okay, that's done. Let me see quickly. That's all ready. Okay, so now we're going to take this guy. All right, we're going to take these guys. Switch that off. Okay, so this is going to go here. This guy is going to help me this side. So what we want to do is we want to take this, and you'll see it's kind of like almost a mashed potato like. So we're going to put some in here.
Grits is what a lot of people think of when they think of
Yes.
the maize, but it is much finer. Not
Yes.
quite tortilla fine, but
Yes, it's
in
not
between.
powder, but it's like an in-between consistency. So, let me see. So I like these little spatulas, little egg lifter type thing. So, get another little bit in here. All right, that should do. So now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of equalize this out. So it's kind of even at the bottom of this pan. All right, so we're going to do 2 layers of this. All right, so but we don't have anybody to share this with. It's just us.
It's always just us.
Yep, that's true. It's true. Not that I mind a lot of the times. All right. So, all right. So, layer 1. All right. So we put it down at the bottom. Now we're going to take the sauce. We're going to take about roughly half of it. All right. So let me do this. I'm going to put it on the range just so I've got space to work and show you guys. All right, so I'm going to take roughly half of this. I'm going to pour it over here. All right.
Looks like Dave's by himself today too.
Oh man.
That's the meal.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Dave just had a slightly untasteful experience with the missus. No way, man. I've had 2 of those. Nicole's had 1 of those.
Not a missus.
Yes, not a missus though.
Clarifying. Sorry, have to clarify that one.
Yes, yes. But, you know, what does Sarge always say? Starter wife, starter husband. I have to laugh when he says that. All right. So, yeah, I think we'll do good for the sauce. All right, I've got to get that off the heat. All right, so we got the sauce done.
Well,
now this is where the bacon comes in, yeah?
Thank you for joining us, Dave. He says she's gone. It's he and the dog and 2 cats. But Marcus as well. Same there.
Yeah, man. It's, you know, it's not like they fucking train us in society nowadays to stay together. It's like, you know, if you can fuck up the family unit, man, it's like, yeah, go for it. I don't understand. But also, you know, we don't get done any favors by by society right now. You know, they don't teach you the importance of assessing people. I was lucky. I think Nicole and I were both lucky. So
we did take some advice from one of our modern day philosophers, though.
Yeah, we big fans of the Stefan Molyneux.
AKA Talking Head.
Yeah, AKA Talking Head. So I don't know if anybody is familiar with him.
He's phenomenal.
That dude spit some hard truths, man. There was a lot of fucking demons I had to face when I started listening to that guy. But I'm a better person for it.
So grateful. Anton introduced me to him as well. Phenomenal guy.
All right, so we're just kind of snippering the bacon to this. All right.
Marcus is a widower.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
And Jody says it's the wife and he and the baby girl will be here for the night, then back to school.
All right. Yeah, our kids are still small. I'm a little late to the game. I didn't want any kids in South Africa. politics there. Not so good for the children, you know. When you stress, like every night when you hear noise, they might be there to sort you out. It's like, yeah, maybe I don't want my kids to experience that, you know. All right, so we're gonna cut all this bacon up. Man, I can't eat this, man. I'm very disappointed now.
Well, just keep the pop off the bacon, put the sauce in between,
Yes.
and we eat the middle.
Yeah. I might actually, there might be enough sauce. I can have a little bit of sauce.
Oh, please. Would love
Right.
that.
Let me put that there. All right, so I've got the bacon. Tub might be a little small, but we'll figure it out. Maybe the cheese. I'm going to use my old cheese first, then the new cheese. So now what we want to do, I'm going to stick some cheese on this guy. All right, not too much, just a little bit. All right, there we go. I made the bottom too thick, but it's okay. It'll work. It'll do what's needed. I need to check those potatoes.
Dog Digger here has a very strong statement. Kids, you can only point them in the right direction. Then they have to walk the path themselves.
That is true. That is true.
We are firm believers of giving them independence and setting them up for their own life.
Correct. Yeah, those are looking good, man. All right, now is the tricky part. So now, I don't want to make this too thick. I'm just gonna do a little bit on top here. Because also I don't want to move the cheese around and, you know.
All right, Tugging Me Tubin's got a good point.
What's that?
Point them to the push mower and the snow-covered path that needs shoveling.
Oh, that's my kids' work, man. They all have chores. Yeah, there's no free ride, yeah.
How do you teach independence if you do not teach them how to use their hands?
Yes, exactly. Picking it up.
And yes, teach them values. That is one of the most important reasons why we homeschool. We want our children to have the same values that we have and to continue kind of a legacy of our family structure.
Exactly.
I do not want to lose my kids to the institutional camps that are
woke bullshit.
Schools.
Yeah, man. I don't believe schools are doing kids any good. Indoctrination centers, in my opinion. Sorry if that's controversial, but that's just how I feel about it.
Coming from a foreigner, it may be, but how about the American who went through it? No.
Yeah.
Not my kid today, Satan. Not my kid.
Correct. So, all right. So, of course, I had to make the bottom too thick, but it'll still work. It's a little harder to get the top because I have to be very careful. I have to make it too thin now, but you'll get the idea. Yeah, I think we're good. Good for timing. We can get that chocolate sauce going now. Let me see quickly while I'm busy with this. Might as well get the water boiling.
Do you need a pot or you?
I need a calculator.
Okay.
I've got a pot there.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the shallow one.
Yeah, perfect.
360. Yeah, I think so. Sorry, I want to get the water boiling so we can make the sauce for the porcupines, because I think those potatoes are just about done. I should have stuck the potatoes in later, but I was worried that I was going to run out of time and that they're going to go black. So I'll show you how they come out. Let me just weigh this out quick. There we go. All right. Get that guy going. Such a little pan. Or saucepan. And now what's left from this, you take in the morning, you add some butter and sugar to it. You heat it up, butter and sugar, and that'll be breakfast for the kids though, not for me. I don't know if I'm going to get another layer of sauce on you, because I made that bottom so thick. Alright, so that's the top. Let me see. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to stick some cheese on it, because it's too thick. It's too thick, man. I'm right at the top. Look at that. That's like right at the top.
But won't it just ooze in and
Yeah,
bubble?
yeah, it will.
Goodness.
It will. Yeah, that's okay.
Back up just a hair.
All right.
Keep you.
Sorry, I don't want to end up on my range there and in the way. And this thing is heavy. This is probably 5-6 pounds of this. So there we go. We're just gonna roast this off the top. I'm gonna go check my pork now. Go see what that looks like. All right, here we go. Cheese. Not too much. Should have made that bottom thinner, then I could have got more sauce. But now we got sauce.
I'm not arguing. I'm not complaining.
My oldest daughter will be very happy for the sauce. Let me leave that in there. Put this over there. All right, I can move this guy, and that's out the way. Let me just pop this here. All right, this guy can go away. Sorry, I've got to make a bit of space. All right, let me see. I think these guys are done. Let me see. I poke them with a knife. Yep, that is good. I'm not even going to flip them over. They can take another minute, I guess. All right. There we go. Let me take this guy, put him in there, pop him at the top. All right. Just literally melt the cheese. All right, so this I will get rid of later. Quickly. Okay, so all of this can stay here, and then I want to grab this. Let me see. So the recipe on that's like 2 cups of water for the what's the name for the water part. All right, and it's going to take 880 grams, which is 4 cups of sugar. Woo! That's a lot. I wonder if we should make a little less. Yeah, let's make less. I'm going to pour some of the water out.
I was about to say, I don't know if it fit in that pot.
So what I'll do is 3 cups of sugar. I think 3 cups will fit in here. Otherwise, I got the bigger one. I don't want to, so let me just pour a little bit of this out. Let me see, this thing's still on. I can still get weight here. 487. Sorry, I'm right in front of the camera, yeah?
Finboy Slick is here saying, "Hey, Muscle Man, Chef Anton the King."
Hey, you're sending my wife obnoxious pictures.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to live up to that expectation. That's going to be tough. Told her I'm going to have to start doing push-ups or something.
Hey, he got his chutney.
Oh, good.
Sooner than expected.
Yeah, they said the 3rd.
Yeah, I think they said it was supposed to deliver on the 2nd.
Yeah, they said 2nd or 3rd, right?
Yeah, that's so cool.
Sorry, I'm just looking for my sugar scoop. There we go. Sorry, I forgot. My sugar is in the way back kitchen. We're still busy reconfiguring because the back kitchen, all that's going to do is biltong. But we're halfway through setting this one up and setting that one up. So let me see, 660. So that's 3 cups of sugar, 2 cups of water, 3 cups of sugar. It's almost like a sugar syrup. A little more sugar. Might need a little bit more.
Finboy did say it was on his doorstep this morning.
Okay.
That is so cool.
Excellent. The coconut. Did he say anything about the coconut?
He said he thought it was just coconut. And
Okay.
we will leave it at that, Finboy, please.
Okay. Yeah.
It was a very good coconut that is raw, no sugar added. I've learned most coconut actually has nonsense on it, which I'm not a fan of. Once you try that, you will not go back.
Yeah, what Finboy should do is you should pour the coconut out of the bag into a container.
Yes.
Pour the coconut into a container. If you have not done that, go do that quick.
He has,
Has he?
sounds like.
Okay, good. It's very, very tasty coconut.
Yes.
Straight from, fresh from the farm.
Very nice when toasted, by the way, actually.
Right. Yeah. All right, that's enough of that.
Put the lime in the coconut.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sing. My voice is broken right now.
Right. Okay, so I need to go check that shoulder. This can cook away here. So what we want to do is we want to melt the sugar. And of course this pot is on the fucking limit. But it'll do. The problem is I don't want it too deep because then it's too hard to do what we're going to do. And we're probably not going to do all of them, but we'll do as many as we can.
Everything is on the limit today. Your pan, your bacon.
All right, let me do that. And then this guy can come out. All right, so the roasted potatoes are done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a glove under this thing so it sits at an angle, because otherwise these potatoes are going to soak up all the oil. Can you see that? Just check for me.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna pop it in this oven down here, which is good heat. All right. So I've got gloves here specifically for that kind of thing. So I'm going to put the glove this side, and I'm going to move all my potatoes up a little.
All right, so Finboy has a question for you.
Sure.
For pork chops, marinade in Who's Your Sister sauce, salt and pepper, fry in butter, then glaze with the fantastic mango chutney after turning them over?
Yes, you can, or you can do it prior. The big thing with a mango chutney is because it's got a lot of sugar in it, you got to watch for burning. So if you're going to put them on a fire, you can do the chutney first. If you're going to put them in a pan, I would suggest marinate, cook, and then coat with some chutney. Chutney and lemon juice is what I like to do. Sorry, I don't know if I'm in the camera angle there. I'm just moving the potatoes.
No, you are just out. They see that muscle man arm that Finboy made me.
I just moved them up so they stay out of the oil. And I'm just going to put them at an angle. All right, just so they stay warm. but they don't suck up the oil, because you don't want that to happen. All right, let me see quickly what this looks like. All right, so.
Very nice.
All right, so those are done. Let me go check the pork. We'll probe it quick, see what it looks like, because I don't want to run out of charcoal. I might have to put a block or two in there. Well, it's still making a little bit of smoke. It still seems to have some heat. That's looking okay. Let's see. Right, that's still low temperature inside. We're at like 95. Jeez, still gotta go. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick some charcoal in here. I might eat everything in the pork last. This thing keeps rolling to the one side. Some unknown reason. This is my fault. I should have taken this thing out of the fridge sooner. I forgot about it. Because with the Maize sauce, busy this morning. But it'll come out good. Lift this thing up a little. Yeah, you'll get about an hour and a half. I don't know if Nicole's talking to you, if I'm talking over her. But you'll get about an hour and a half out of the coals. And you got to put some more in there. This will give it some extra heat. That looks nicely in the middle. Right, there we go. Don't get the shoulder done in time, which I'm starting to think we might not. Then what we'll do is I'll post some pictures after the fact. I'll slice it open and put it on X and Facebook. Kids will eat all the rest. Sorry, the pork is of course my fault. Taking a little longer. But that is okay.
Tuggin likes your grill cam. He says, nice touch.
Thank you. Yes, I thought about it this morning and then I got Switzerland on board and I'm like, dude, you got to give me some pointers here.
We greatly appreciate you, Ike.
Yeah.
If you don't hear this, then everybody else share with him. He's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's like, yeah, go press that button over there. I don't know how long that phone's going to last. So if it dies.
I did check it. We were good earlier. I can go check again.
All right. Give this a little bit of heat. I'm sure we're good. All right. Make the dessert. It's a pity we can't get the meat done, man. I'm very disappointed.
Jody says the grill cam makes your meat look small.
I will take that as a personal insult. Well, if you take it's a 22.5-inch Weber, so to put it into perspective. But it's 10 pounds, man. That's not small. It's just enough for the 6 of us. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't know how much that'll actually. Yeah, well, we'll probably eat half of it tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, probably half of that'll die tonight. All right. So as soon as this syrup goes clear, I'm going to put some cocoa.
So Femboy says you need to put a bar on that ceiling so you can do pull-ups while you wait for things to simmer. We could see you struggle with that griddle. Work on those biceps. Dude, you should see how heavy that thing is.
Hey. That skillet is very heavy.
I do not lift it on purpose. We have some heavy-duty equipment in here.
All right, so this is 1 tablespoon of butter that I'm putting in here. All right, and then we're going to do about a tablespoon of cocoa. Yeah, so I have a cheat. Will I share the cheat with him?
Depends on which sheet it is.
It's the special cocoa.
Yeah, we can show them. It's not something we make anymore.
All right.
And
So,
I don't know if we'll make it again.
No, but I can't give them all my secrets. This was hard earned. So I've got some just some baker's cocoa here.
You can just describe it. How about that?
Yeah, this is a 10/12 natural cocoa powder. All right. No, I'll show them. All right. So I'm going to do. Let's see. Let's count the tablespoon or teaspoon. So it's a semi-heaped teaspoon. So what are we at? So.
Femboy, I'm not going to answer that question. I am not answering that.
1 teaspoon. What's Finboy getting clever?
Oh, he's terrible. He sends us pictures via email and then thinks he's smart now.
Oh, I see. So I got 1 teaspoon, like a heaped teaspoon. You see, I don't use these things. Now it's like hidden far away. I have to get a step to get up here. Oh, there's a step. So I've got 1. Is the small boy asleep, Nicole?
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was quiet.
Yes, I helped him out.
All right. So there's something else I got here. So this, I'll turn it like that so you don't see. So I want to show you. So we're going to.
Yes, show them the difference.
Yes, that's what I want to do. So bear in mind, I've only put 1 teaspoon of this. So generally it'll be 2. All right. But this makes all the difference. But it's not something you find anywhere.
Mm-mm.
All right. So let me just dissolve this. All right. So it's not completely dissolved. Let me just see, because this thing is very full. So just stand there and tell me. So I'm still dissolving. Can you see that?
Go up. Yep. Yes.
All right. So that's kind of a light brown color.
Can you
and I'm
tilt
still
it
dissolving.
a little bit more?
Like that?
Yeah.
All right. So that's still, it's like a light brown color. All right. Because the cocoa is light brown. And this is what we used to do. And then, you do research and you try and find ways. And then what happens is you end up, and I'll show you this. All right, so
you end up with magic.
Yes. So you end up with this, which is a black cocoa powder. So I'm going to put a teaspoon of this in here, which is also 5 grams. And that's going to make that really, really, really dark, which makes your cakes come out a lot nicer. All right. So, and then what you want to do is when you make the syrup, all right, and just to break it down for you real quick. So the syrup is 2 teaspoons of, so basically 3 cups of sugar, 2 cups of water. All right, a tablespoon of butter, and then 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder. So the water will be actually not 2 cups. I'm lying. The water will be 1.5 cups. So that'll be 360 grams. All right. And then the sugar is 660 grams, which is 3 cups. That's 15. You could go to 20 grams of butter if you want, but it's basically a tablespoon of butter And then you do 2 teaspoons or 10 grams of cocoa. All right, now I've got the magic black cocoa powder. Let me just dissolve this, and I'll show you what that looks like. You gotta kind of try and rub the cocoa against the side to get the clots out. All right, Nicole, will you get the coconut?
Sure.
All right, and then we'll show you. So this will be the dessert part of the meal.
Are these trays for us to use?
Yeah, we can use them. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we can use those. You want to get some? Oh, we're just gonna put it on that, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing I put the cake on the last time.
It is. It is.
All right.
I'll do the coconut on here, on the black one.
Oh, you know what? You want to do it on the black one, or you want to do it on this one?
You want to wash that one, or do you
No.
want to wash this
Okay. We can.
Okay,
Yeah.
see?
All right.
I'm thinking ahead.
Yes.
Thank you, Femboy, for the Rumble rant. Just expressing my gratitude again for the delivery.
Oh, sure.
Been giddy all day.
Yeah. Yeah, they told us it's going to be there the 2nd or 3rd of December, so I'm happy with that.
And Andy Pearson got his biltong slab and sticks. Slice the slab and set it out with cheese. Everyone loved it. The sticks are also a hit.
Sorry, I'm spilling all over because I'm trying to be too pedantic.
So Marcus asked if the cocoa is on our website. Not currently.
No, that is a very scarce thing.
Yes.
Sorry, I just spilled a little bit of the sugar syrup.
You know, after we move, we can look at sourcing some of that for the people.
Yeah, that tub, man, that thing will last you for like a decade. You know, that is a lot of cocoa if you're using 1 teaspoon. But I'll see if we can find sizes closer to what would be used. All right, so this you don't really want to boil this. You want to get this before it boils. All right, because if it boils, it's too hot for the cake, and the cake might disintegrate. So we normally hit this at like 150, 160. Just see where we're at. 170, 180, 190.
180 was what I used to do.
Yeah, 180. But you don't want to. So you want to get it to scalding, but you don't want to boil it.
What's boiling again?
Boiling is 212.
212. All
Fahrenheit.
right.
Yes. So let me see if I can show people this. It's making. So come have a peek. And see quick because I have to move.
Yeah.
All right, without spilling.
Up a little bit.
Up a little bit?
Yeah.
How about that? So you'll see how dark
Yes.
and black that is. That just makes the cake so much prettier. I'm going to put this guy on here. So what I'll do is I'll do it.
That side?
Yeah.
Okay. Where am I going to lay them?
No, you put them on here.
Yes, after I roll them.
On here.
Okay.
Don't they go on here?
No, that used to go on its own tray. I can do partial here. I can give a little space.
Oh, yeah. We can do them
remember?
on the side, yes.
I'll get a
Yes,
sheet.
because I need to drip them here.
Yes, you drip them, then I roll them,
right,
and
so-
then we lay them. We can move into the camera.
All right. So,
I'm going to join Anton for this exercise here.
all right. So, I need a spoon.
Yes.
All right. So, what you do for this thing is you want a slotted spoon. All right. And I normally put 1 glove on. So, I pull a sticks because sticks have been doing the 1 glove. All right. So, but you need 1 glove because.
So I have to share this with you. If I stand right here, I am Wilson. Should I be Wilson?
Whatever you want, sweetie. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna switch this off.
Do you want to turn off the range light or keep it on?
The range can go off. The range can go off. That is off. Everything's off. It'll still be hot, but it's off. And the reason I put a glove on is because I have to stick this in here.
So if you move forward, I will not be Wilson. It's up to you.
All right, but this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can stand.
All
here
right.
next to me. Okay. So now we're going
You may
to...
help you break it here.
Yeah, you break it quick. Sorry, it was a little harder to cut it in that, because normally you cut it on a cutting board. Right, let's start with the first one. So, dip it, pull it out, set it down to drip. Like a second, if you want, second. You want it to absorb. Wow, that's a big one.
That's big.
You want it to absorb, but it mustn't soak through. So what you want is a little bit of white in the middle of the cake. And you don't want it too soft because it'll break down when you try and roll it. I really didn't cut them good.
And we just got a little mini piece. Now, I'm going to tell you a secret. This used to be the snack at the end of the Sunday nights when we made these.
Yeah, we used to make these every Sunday.
We never ate the pretty ones, though.
No, the pretty ones was for retail.
I like the little coloration. Looks very Christmassy.
It's very true. I'm going to take the thicker ones first.
Okay. Now, one trick, make sure to leave the porcupines to sit after the sauce for a second before rolling them. It does help so that it doesn't get too much sauce on the coconut itself. I want the coconut to sit, not to be saturated.
Yes. And you're going to have a bunch of sauce left, because if you don't have enough, you can't soak it enough.
One thing we used to do with it was, once upon a time, Anton made ice cream and poured that sauce on vanilla ice cream. It's phenomenal.
That one's very soft.
Yeah, it looks like it wants to break.
Mm-hmm. That's just the way it's cut.
That's okay. May I?
All right, yeah, you can start. Yeah, the kids are going to really like these things.
They will.
And these you can put in the fridge.
You guys can see the coconut is all over. I may have to walk one over.
Yeah, I will do. This is not something you see normally, I don't think.
Yeah.
So this is a traditional South African dessert. Apparently this originated in Australia, of all places. I didn't know that. But it's very traditional South African.
Sorry. We were educated by our customers who told us about that. It's pretty neat. One of the beauties of meeting people from all over the world.
Correct. And we'll get back to the comments now. Let's kind of do this quickly. And these are nice little tea cakes. So you can make them a day in advance. You can put them in the fridge. The coating will protect it.
You'd have a couple weeks on them.
Yeah. If you seal them, like put them in a tub with a lid on, you'll have weeks on these things. You could easily get 2 weeks on this. And we use a special coconut that has no sugar in it. So if you get the Walmart, what do you call it, ghetto coconut?
Do not purchase
yeah, that's
that,
got all kinds of shit in it. So we've got
horrendous.
one. We got, I think it's from old
something.
What's the?
I can't remember.
But it's a old mill something.
Old
they
barn?
they make flour as well. I'm not gonna do this one. All right.
Do them all.
I'm
bites.
not gonna do the little bites.
Okay.
They make flour. Old
mill? Is it old mill?
Red mill.
Yes.
Red mill.
Yes, I think it's.
But they have a coconut, unflavored, like just plain raw coconut. All right. So I mean, you got a lot of sauce left. So I mean, that is what it is.
May I have a second sheet set right here?
Sure.
They're right over there by the gloves.
Yeah.
I'm going to run out of space.
Hey man, I have not finished my my coffee. Jeez, I'm going to be up all night.
He's not
what
going
will
to
we
sleep.
Do?
I'm going to sleep. Thank you.
Okay.
I've been working today. I'm a little tired, not going to lie.
Working. It's Thanksgiving Day. What time was I here? 3:40, 3:45?
No, what you need to tell them about is what did you do the last 2 days? How fun was your week?
I had a lot of fun because I worked with some people abroad from my homeland of South Africa.
Not homeland, prior land.
Prior homeland, my country of origin. How about that? Not my home anymore.
Sounds funny.
That's why I sound funny. It sounds like I speak with my nose closed or something. But so they are 8 hours, I think, ahead of us. Yes, they are 8 hours ahead of us. So I was here at 2 a.m. Tuesday and Wednesday to do upgrades to our websites.
So if anybody encountered issues logging in, getting on the website, that is why.
Yeah, that is why, because we were busy with upgrades, and you will note that there's significant more speed.
Yes.
Talking about that while I'm watching my wife make the cakes here. Like, subscribe, hit the like, and then subscribe if you can. Share the link. We try and do some fun stuff. Yeah, you can see this is different. Is that the prettiest?
I'm gonna show.
Yeah.
So this is the porcupine or Easterfurkey completed. And you'll see there's coconut all over. As my daughter informed me, it has 6 sides. It is like a cube.
Yes. So we try and do some fun stuff here, something a little different, and we try and not stray into the politics. There's enough people doing that shit, you know. And there's enough. I tell you something, man. You know, when you're on 3 or 4 streams a day and it's all politics, Jesus, by the time it's 6 p.m. Yes, it's like it's heavy.
Lemon clarified it is Old Mills. We were correct.
Yes, Old Mills, Old Red Mill, Old Mill, or something like that. But they have it unflavored. So let me go. I know I'm wasting my time, but I'm gonna go check that pork again because I'm antsy for it. That's my food. So I've got the kids' food, their potato and their pop, but I don't have my pork, which is a problem.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, hey Keith, I'm live, man. Sorry, I'm live on air.
Good.
How you doing?
Well, happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, same to you, man. That's not bad. We had 100. All right, goody. Something? Did you want something? You good? All right. All right, sorry, man. Did Keith want something?
No. So one of our resident Santas was just in. It's an old customer we've had and known since 2019.
Yes.
He's actually the Santa at Grapevine Mills right here in Grapevine, Texas. He's just stopping in, saying hello. He saw the light was on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it. It. So do you want me to back up a little bit and share some of the chats with you?
Sure. And then I heard a joke. It's probably like a dad joke, but it's about nicknames. It's those 2 dudes that always sit and laugh at all the funny things. So the one guy said, the people wrote in about how nicknames, where they came from and how people got them. So the one guy worked in a factory, and they called the one guy, I must get this right, so they called him Kef instead of Keith. They called him Keth, and it's because he had an eye missing. I thought it was very funny.
And yes, we now think of our poor friend Keith, who is not Keth. He does not have an eye missing.
Yeah, he doesn't have an eye missing.
But
that dude
he does have
missing.
A full beard. He is full on Santa
look
right
like
now.
Santa,
oh,
actually.
He looks phenomenal. And he grows it naturally. I love that man for that exact reason. So Lemon is commenting on our vanilla ice cream we used to make. Said butter pecan is the only flavor. Man, if you only knew, dude, this stuff was phenomenal.
The proper vanilla. Man, that was good.
It was actually frozen custard is what it would be
Yes, it was actually frozen custard, not ice cream.
It was absolutely phenomenal. So we bought this machine, and it's your typical ice cream machine. Anton tested it once with the terrible store-bought, I don't know what chemicals, I don't know what you want to call this stuff.
I made ice cream in it once, and I'm like, yeah, that's not going to fly.
So he dumps it out, and then decides, no, I'm going to make my own ice cream. Okay, so first try, what'd you do? You remember you clogged that machine? Yeah,
the first try I made it too thick, and then I clogged it.
Fixed it within 2 hours. You had running frozen custard.
Yeah, so from not knowing anything about ice cream to ice cream was 2 hours.
2 hours. That was really cool. But man, that ice cream was phenomenal. I don't know if anybody has seen the pictures of the swirled soft serve with the flake stuck in the side. That was what we used to make once upon a time. Exactly. It was actually very nice. So yes, I would say vanilla on that one for sure. Now, Finboy did ask if Thursdays was a regular thing or if it's just because of Thanksgiving.
No, it's just because of Thanksgiving. Look, so I try and not compete with the big guys, because I mean, I know I can't. You know, and there's a whole bunch of podcasts on the whole time. But what I noticed is Thursday and Friday, there's a kind of lull in the afternoons. So if there's enough time, because our problem is always time, you know. So I thought today, because a lot of people will be at home and we're probably going to cook something, we'll do Thursday. I was thinking that maybe I'd do something on a Thursday, but it's just time permits. You know, I still got to manufacture, and that's our main challenge. Is just it gets in the way of the manufacturing. Fridays I cook anyway for my kids, so I might as well make them something in the kitchen. And then Sunday afternoons we try and do something. Maybe in future, I don't want to say never, but maybe in future we can do something on a Thursday. For now, it'll be Fridays and Sundays because that's kind of what we got time for, and then we'll see how it grows and what happens. So I don't want to say no to Thursdays, but there is a gap. So there is an opening.
Opportunity.
Yes, there's an opportunity on a Thursday for us to look at something.
And you never know. When we move out to the country, we may be so bored.
Yes, you know, maybe. Well, so the reason I don't do Saturdays is Switzerland runs Saturday 12 to 4. Actually, I think, 12. I think he starts at noon to 4, and then Sarge is on from 4 onwards. So I don't want to go in where they are on the streams. And I don't know how many people really cook on a Saturday, but most people will cook on a Sunday. So I thought Sundays are better for that, and then Fridays because that's kind of the end of the week. So maybe we do something on a Thursday, something light and fun. You know, I don't know. Maybe we do Thirsty Thursdays, and we do
Thirsty Thursdays.
Yeah, we do.
That would need to be a drink then.
Yes, but then I'm gonna get drunk, and then I don't know. I can't work on a Friday.
Understood. No, that doesn't work.
No, I don't know. We'll see. We'll do something on a Thursday, maybe in future. You know, it depends. I mean, once we are out of the city, you know, we working literally flat out. You know, so once we are out of the city and maybe we get some assistance, you know, then if we have more time, we could do something like that. And of course, the stream's popularity. That'll dictate everything, because if nobody's interested in the content, then there's no point in making more of it.
Speaking of, we do have Sign of Jonah and Cold Stowing on. So
cool.
Thanks for coming and joining us.
Absolutely. So let me first ask, did everybody see the Lamington? Is there
porcupine?
The porcupine. Is there more people that want to see that?
I think so. Everyone did. There were some questions about what it was, but yeah, go ahead.
All right. So let me grab that. So this is, I made a butter cake the other day.
Yeah.
All right. And this is what was left. So that's a few days old. I think I made it Friday last week. I make it Friday or Sunday. Was it Sunday?
For the birthday.
Okay, it was Sunday. Yeah, for my youngest daughter's birthday. So it's obviously a few days old, and of course the cake goes a little dry. So what we did is we cut it up in blocks, and this, you can even halve this if you want. You can halve it down.
We used to do a little smaller.
Yeah, we used to do a little smaller, but this is typically, and then what I did today is I made like a sugar syrup with cocoa sauce, which you dip it in, and then you roll it in coconut. And this you stick in the fridge, and you get it to cool down, and you have it as a little tea cake.
Jody does ask, coconut only, nothing mixed for flavor. Believe me, that chocolate sauce, you don't want anything else. It's so rich.
You don't. I mean, you could probably do, if you want, what I would do with that additional. I wouldn't do the multicolor. We call them hundreds and thousands. So I wouldn't do something like this. I wouldn't do that. What I would do, if you want to, is something like that. I would do like a chocolate sprinkle. But what you're probably going to have to do is wait for it to kind of dry a little, and then sprinkle it on top and just kind of pat it down, and then refrigerate it. But that's the only thing that I would add to that.
Try the coconut first.
I would highly suggest do the coconut first.
And raw coconut, Old Mills.
Yes, Old Mills. That's it. Old Mills. That's it.
And Unfolding Joker is on as well.
Welcome. Hey, man. Yeah.
Welcome. And thank you, Cole's Towing. Yes, I've got Princess Leia hair going on.
Yes,
I have to keep things fun around here. Why not? There's too much hair to have down, unfortunately. Yeah. And Sign of Jonah says, Elon and Anton are my two favorite African Americans. It used to be Bill Cosby and Michael Jordan. You have evolved.
Yes. I laughed the one day. So we have some like mounted, I guess, trophies of animals, and there was a Black American lady in my store, and she was asking me about the one animal, and I said, you know, it's interesting to think
It was our full-size
Nyala. Yeah, it was the full size.
Nyala.
We had a full-size Nyala, which is like a water buck.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was a customer of ours. He kind of had it. We had it on loan, and then he replaced it with these. So we got a real nice kudu and an eland, two mounted trophies. But we had this whole complete Nyala. So she was asking me about it, and we were talking, and I looked at her and I said, if a stranger walked into the store, they would think that you are from where the animal is from, but actually I am, and you have no idea what's going on with that. She was not too impressed.
I think you say offended?
Yeah, she was a little offended.
The term you use? Yes.
I want to go check that pork quickly again. I'm getting hungry, man. I'm getting hungry. See if the fire is doing okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's looking good. There we go. 115. 117. Yeah. This will be done. So it will not probably be on stream. No, I'm not, sweetie. But I've got some other dessert for you guys. Sorry, kids are getting antsy because I think, are smelling the food.
Does have a question for you. What specifically were you doing in tech? He's been in systems network admin for decades, and now I manage infrastructure.
All right, so I actually did I did network support initially for mobile networks, radio and switching. That was when the switches were these huge cabinets that you used to install. So I did system support. Just help Michael over there. They're getting antsy. I think they might want to eat. You guys want some roast potatoes? No. So I did a mobile network system support, radio and switching side, but I was low-level specialist switching and high-level specialist radio. And then I ended up in network planning. So capacity dimensioning, and then physically where the actual sites get put down for coverage purposes, and plus capacity planning on that based on traffic patterns and things like that. So I did support, planning, and then what they call network optimization, which is like all the handovers. So when you drive and you actually have to see where the tower traffic lays and where the towers hand to each other and make sure that calls don't drop and things like that. So then I ended up in that, and then I ended up in a sales role, but not really sales. It's more like account management. So I looked after one of the big customers in South Africa and after their radio network, and then I went on my own, completely out of the field. Then I came back and I ended up with a IT business where we actually did customer experience management, where we had apps that we developed that actually measured those metrics that I worked with way back, that actually measured them from a customer perspective and pinned the errors so technicians could look after, go find them more easily. And we could isolate areas of complaints and all kinds of things like that. I don't want to bore people with the detail, but anyway, so what happened was a customer in the US, amongst others, bought some of our software, and that got me here. And then I ran into my wife, and then we got married.
While testing said app, so I'm very thankful for this whole
software
evolution.
But by that time I was way out of the technical realm, so I was more project management, get deadlines, and then working with a customer and stuff like that. So I haven't been in tech as in software for probably 15 years. I haven't actually been involved with the software side of things, but I have worked with the developers, and so we did a lot of overlap Android, iPhone, back-end, front-end servers, and so I had to make sure that all my developers, their software kind of talk. So the integration part, and I did a lot of the documentation to write the specs of how the design and development and stuff should go, and then of course customer interfacing and quotes and shit like that. So yeah, that's what I got involved in. And then cooking, which was my hobby, which my wife said was good, and now I cook.
Poor thing, I used to get on him so much about he needed to make us food rather than go anywhere because it was so much better, and it still is. It wins. Definitely.
So that shoulder is at like 120, which means it's probably got 15 minutes. So do we keep the stream going till it's done, or do we end and just post pictures? That chat must tell us. I don't mind. We can keep pushing.
Well, before you started with the tech background, everyone was saying how funny it would be to see you lit on camera.
Oh,
Thursday, they really like this idea.
Yeah, I try not become intoxicated in where there's evidence to be held. Yeah.
Although the conversation did turn into what turns you off from alcohol. You guys will laugh at this. We actually just had this conversation. Was it last night or this morning?
I think last night.
Where we spoke about neither of us drink.
Yes.
Really ever at this moment.
I used to drink a lot because, when you always out on site and on the road, I mean, when you work in some of these places, there's the office and the bar and the hotel. And you just rotate amongst those, So I worked off in the wilderness for like 7 years. Like I was hardly home.
As long as you don't hit the brothel in the middle.
No. Well, in some of the places.
Not in Africa.
Well, not just Africa, man. Some of those places, you go do that, and then tomorrow morning when you go to the loo and you go wee and you shake it right off, man.
Oof.
That is,
No, thank
dangerous. But no, it's just, I mean, it's part of the game, I guess. But so I always used to drink less. The harder I work and the busier I get, the less I drink, because I can't function if I'm like half hungover and I've got, an 18-hour day. So I think Switzerland did the math. He's wrong. I sleep more than that, but he said I sleep on average 4 hours. I guess it's 5. So it's hard to drink when you only sleep 5 hours a night. And I've been doing that for 5 years.
He claims it's only been 5 years. I swear I met him this way. He used to do all-nighters all the time to work with his guys in South Africa when we first
it's weird dating. Because they 8 hours ahead. So
8 or 7, depending
on daylight
cycle
nonsense, which I still can't figure the time zones out. I just always make a mistake because I always think East Coast is an hour earlier instead of an hour later, so I always swap them around.
Well, you are on the other side of the world, which
yes,
means
I know. Upside
poles,
down.
Yeah,
yes,
poles are different.
But so if I used to get up at 2 in the morning to work with my guys, but if you stay up long enough, then they back in the office. So if you make it to like 10 at night and they back in the office, then it's like 6 in the morning. So then you just carry on working. You just don't stop. So you just get up at 2, and then you just work right through. And by the time, the kids come, or Nicole's home and the kids are there and we make dinner and everybody's in bed, and it's 10 o'clock and my guys are back.
And I would do my studying for that stupid degree, which meant nothing. Sorry.
Yeah, she got a nursing degree.
No. I had to get my bachelor's in nursing because that was important, which was an absolute waste of time, in my personal opinion, for floor nurses. They do not need that stupid quote-unquote knowledge. Let's call it knowledge.
But she was studying, and then I would just get back online with my guys at like 10 at night and then just work till 6 in the next morning and then get her out to work, and then I would go sleep. So I would do like 30, 40 hours. I don't know. I never counted.
No, so in other words, times have not changed. Well, it does seem like everyone's enjoying the bantering, so they're okay with that so far.
Yeah, I'll go check. Give it I'll do a 10-minute, and then I'll go check that pork. It should be close. I don't need to hit 165. I only need to hit 145 because the pork is clean. So I only need to hit 145, and then we're good. And it was at 120, so we good. It was 122 this side, 118 this side. So if we can get to 145, we're good. And the fire's good. So I give it 10 minutes, and we should be ready to rumble.
That works for me. There's a random story, and I'm sure this would never happen with cell towers. Speaking of cell networks, the cell networks wanted to put towers up in his neighborhood, but we, the neighborhood, voted against it. That night, we all saw our phone reception go down. Would that happen?
Of course not.
Can anybody do that?
You can set the strength on the transmitters. So it's a dual path. So you gotta get from the transmitter to the phone, which is the easy part. The problem is the phone's amplifier is so small. The harder part is getting the phone back to the tower. And remember, it's a line of sight technology. So If you can't see it, you can't speak on it. It's as simple as that. So that's why you have to be able to see the tower. If you don't have line of sight, even if there's a wall, but I mean, it's, there's a attenuation factor that has to be applied for walls, and depending on what material the wall is constructed of, depends on how many dBs it'll attenuate. But there's a minimum level at which the phone hits the receiver on the tower. So if you don't get back to the tower at that level, you can't talk. So even if you have bars on your phone, it doesn't mean you can speak on your phone, because it's just the return path might not be strong enough.
Don't worry, there are no bars.
There are no bars, yes.
Went from 4 to 5 to 0.
Yes, well,
not on purpose, right?
No, well, you can set, and you can do I mean, the software, when I started in mobile networks in now I'm going to give away like my age. But
wait, how old was I at that point?
yeah, don't go there. But I started in 94, 93 in mobile networks. In the beginning, it launched in South Africa in 94, and I was right in the beginning on them, working on them. And I said at that point, this technology, because at that time you could triangulate. So they actually used software that used to move your position so you couldn't be pinpointed. And they did the same on the GPSs. So we had loose GPSs. It wasn't built into the phone like it is now, but you had a standalone GPS, and they used to apply an inconsistency factor to the GPS so they couldn't pinpoint you. And I think at that time it was Motorola satellites. I can't remember exactly, but I think so. But if you used the triangulation from the network, you could get within 10 feet of someone. And at that time, I still said, this is going to be the technology that will track every single movement you make, and it'll know everything you do. And look at where we are today.
The zombies in their phones.
Yeah, but I mean, the phone knows, the phone watches you,
So maybe Cranberries was onto something in the 90s.
Yes, yeah, maybe.
Zion Bay.
Yeah,
as our older daughter
yeah.
used to sing. She was 3.5 and used to sing that song with Zion Bay, not
instead of zombie. Yeah, it was
very
fun
cute.
memories.
Very cute. No, so the suggestion is to use satellite phones, but guess who is using Starlink now? I didn't know this. T-Mobile.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And Lemon does say that 93 was when personal computers were just kicking in.
Yes. So. Yeah, we got our first. So my uncle actually worked for NCR and Wang in South Africa at that time, and it was in '86, I think, when we got not me, but my uncle got a computer at home, and I still remember it was an amber screen, and I could play like a gambling game on it, like a card, like a slot machine type game, and I think there was a card game on it, but that's about it.
Who remembers the old pinball? Oh, that
no, this was even prior. This was prior,
but prior to that, but that's the one I remember.
But you had to go into DOS. So yes. Booted up in DOS. There was no Windows, and then you had to find the directory, and then you had to launch the executable file for the game to pop up. It was it was interesting. Amber screen, And I think the first 4-color screen they got, and it was like, wow, this thing's got color. But I mean, the pixels were like the porcupine.
Right. And to think that now that's popular again. What's the game that our older son is?
Minecraft.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, reading. We've nixed playing the game. It's got chat. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Sign of Jonah says the company he worked for, Symbol Technologies, was bought out by Motorola, then Zebra.
Okay.
Awesome. And Lemon says in 1994 spent $1,200 for a Mac and printer.
Yes. It's almost like computer prices never changed. They got cheaper because they never went down.
Yes.
It's just everything else got more expensive, but computers still cost the same.
Now, who remembers when computers actually used to last?
Yeah.
And I remember this old store I grew up going to. I miss it. It's not here anymore. Fry's Electronics. I don't know if any of you guys had that. But, man, you could build the best computers out of that. The desktop that I had growing up. That thing was unbeatable. It did everything.
Yeah, we didn't have stores like that. But we did have small PC shops. Or is that knew a guy that knew a guy who'd get you RAM cheap and all kinds of stuff?
Cole's Towing says, I really wanted to get into computer programming back then, mid to late 90s, but everybody said the field was getting oversaturated with people. Ironic.
Yes.
Oh, well. Isn't that what you mentioned?
Yeah, I never. So the stuff I worked on, the equipment was proprietary software, so I could work on the databases and write in the software of that system. But it was database query. It wasn't coding. It was the database query, parameter adjustments, and things like that. So you had to query the database, but it was proprietary. So it wasn't a generic kind of software. So you had a language that you had to learn, and that's kind of what, when I got out, was I knew the language that our switches ran on, and then I knew the language of the one set of radios, and then they brought in a new set of radios, and I had to relearn a new language, and I was like, yeah, this is just not my thing anymore. And then I got offered a job as key account, well, not key account, but account management. And I was like, yeah, I'm out. Because also, in those days, like tech, you hit the level and then you couldn't exceed that. So to grow, you had to go into like sales or project management or something. So that's why a lot of technical guys that are actually really, really good technically, like moved on, because it's just you hit the limit and you can't get more.
You want to check that pork?
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it now. I've got 2 minutes there, but I can go check it. Let me go see. Because now I'm hungry, man. I'm going to eat something. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right. Oh, this is it. One. Fire. Turn it around, maybe. So yeah, I'm gonna call it there. See if I can pop this thing over. I need another. Let me use a probe. There we go. Can probably. That'll be good. Yeah, that's good. So I have a solution, because the big part of the shoulder is not done, but the thinner part's done. So I'm going to cut that off. All right, and then we can start with that, and I'll leave the rest in there for a little longer. We've got to put some more coals in there. Probably grab up to here. Yeah, that looks good. Woo! Dropping some fat. All right. Gently be cooking away. It's gonna be nice when it's done, though. Hold on, sweetie, I'm almost done. All right, I think that'll work. So let's see. It goes there. Let me see if I can move this stuff up a little. All right, I've got a little piece. I just got to make some space here.
Right
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm just going to put it here. So I want to try and see if I can, because I'm making a mess here on my table. All right, so bring me a fork, please, and a white plate.
Okay.
All right.
Now, please remember, everyone, this stream is brought to you by BiltongUSA.com. I'll show you while he's prepping the plate here. I've got some of our meats vacuum sealed and ready to go. This is our Durovorce. It is a dried sausage is what that stands for. It's all beef and lamb casing. And then I've got bison. Our bison is absolutely wonderful. If you've never had bison biltong before, it's very much similar to Angus with no fat almost, I would say. Anton, what would you say?
No fat.
No fat. Little different flavor base to the Angus, to the cattle, but close. Rather close. The two of our most popular biltongs there. In other words, go to BiltongUSA.com after this stream.
Yeah. If you want to support us, that's where you support us, man. Days like today is when I miss the starch.
Definitely. Oh, that looks so nice. They're throwing out some codes on the chat, by the way.
We still owe them a code for us.
No. Coding for the computers.
Okay. Right, there we go.
I will say that is actually something we've been teaching the kids, coding.
Yes.
Why not? The more they know, the better.
Agreed.
It's cold, right? Or is it still a little toasty?
That is definitely not cold.
Oh, okay. Just checking. You know, you are fiddling with it with your fingers.
Yes. I'm trying to make it look nice.
That is something Anton's always been really good at. Anytime we had guests in our restaurant, the plates were always pristine.
All right, I'm going to have to put my big head in front of the camera here. Let's wash my hands quick. Now I'm hungry, man. That piece of pork not going to make it. All right, so
Beautiful. Can you turn that? Everybody can see that Pop-Tart. Look at that tomato onion relish in the middle.
all right, so that is it. I am going to try some here because I am the leader. I will taste the pork. I am salivating. Wow. I did not realize how hungry I was.
We did skip lunch.
That is correct.
Yes.
That
was an oops. We were working.
Yeah, there was
We
no
didn't
time.
make it there. Yeah. No
Let me
lunch.
see. Whew. This looks absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
This came out better than I thought, actually. Because pork can tend to be dry, but fucking hell. Mmm.
I feel like the plant. Feed me, Seymour.
Oh.
I have to chuckle at us for all of these old movie lines. We do not watch anything new age.
That is good, man.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Barbecue restaurant, what?
Yeah, right. No, we're not allowed to make a fire because, you know, we don't have the special permission that the city dishes out to their friends. So we'll go to the county and then we'll see what happens. My kids, definitely my oldest daughter, she is going to dig this.
I think our small man will like the pop
Yeah, you'll actually like it, the small guy.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it. I think I've done my duty.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah. If I hope that was entertaining enough. I know it's probably a little boring to watch someone make all this stuff because they're still a little sticky here. Before I forget, get my hand attached to my range. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. You know, you'll see like this from scratch. You know, so I literally even peeled the potatoes. And still the whole thing, I mean, except for the pork. But I mean, we stood here talking shit for like 45 minutes. So that's like an hour and a half, man.
It looks like we have quite a horde of people coming down this way. What do they call that with the long envoy of vehicles?
Entourage.
No. What happened from down south coming up through Mexico?
Oh, a caravan.
Caravan. There we go.
Caravan of people. Yeah, listen, you guys have to go home now. Or you have to go away now because I am about to fucking dive into this pork. I will be oiled from head to toe. I'm going to eat that thing now.
Not the first time. No.
Nope. All right. Well, anyway, thank you very much. Again, like, subscribe, and share. I'm very glad that we could share this with you guys. It's awesome having some people to chat. Everybody, like all my kids are like queuing up behind us there. So, all right. Well, you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you very much for joining us. And we will be on again tomorrow at 3. All right. I'll make something new. All right.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Nicole's going to go kill that stream. I'm going to be eating.